What's up, guys? How you doing? It's your boy Traynard, and just want to holler at you for a second. Was thinking about a conversation I had the other day with a friend of mine, and she was kind of telling me, she'd met this guy and some of the issues that she was having. But at the end of the conversation, I was able to tell her, he really not into you. And she said, "What do you mean?" And so that's one of the things that I think, ladies, that you have to understand is when a man is into you and when he's not. So let's talk a couple minutes about that. And I'm going to speak for myself because I do represent a lot of men in this way. Men are very intentional, right? We are very intentional with our words, very intentional with our actions. And so our words should definitely align with our actions. So if we are really interested in getting to know you, if we're interested in taking this from a friendship to a relationship, if we're interested of taking it from a relationship to marriage, we're very intentional in what we do. If we are not intentional, then that really is a red flag. That should really let you know that he may not really be that into you. I know with me personally, if there's a woman that, in the past that I've had my eye on, somebody that I really said, I really would like to get to know, all of my actions were intentional. Whether it's texting, whether it's actually picking up the phone and calling, whether it's arranging some time for us to be out and to do our thing, I'm very intentional. But somebody that I'm like, I'm not that pressed about, I'm not intentional. It may be a week or two before they hear from me. It doesn't mean that I don't like that person. I may think they're cool people, but in my mind, I've not gotten to the place where I'm like, you know what? That's somebody I really like to get to know on the next level. Another thing, ladies, men will start out as intentional, but sometimes y'all blow it. Let's talk about that. How do you blow it? Okay, let's keep it real. You've been groomed to be strong women, especially within the African American community. And there's nothing better than a strong black woman, and I applaud it. But what happens with you growing up being the strong woman, you have your own house, you have your own car, you the supervisor on your job or what have you, like you running shit on your job. But then when you get to the house, you try to run your man the same way, and that's not going to work. Because with men, we don't operate on love, we operate on respect. And so when you're running us, we feel very much disrespected. And so for us, we don't have time for that. I know with me, with all that I have going on, I don't like any nonsense, any confusion. And so when I see that, the first sign of that, I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, I'm out. And that's how a lot of men are. We are dealing with, and I'm not saying, women don't deal with stuff too, because I know I'm going to get the comment, what about us? Okay, we're talking about men right now. We deal with enough out here in society. We ain't trying to fight you at home. We ain't trying to fight you at home. We ain't trying to argue with other dudes that you doing stuff with. I mean, we just, no drama. We don't like drama. All right. Most of us, we just focus on handling our business, taking care of our kids, creating our legacy, whatever, the thing is. So what happens is that man starts out intentional, but then you say, well, what happened? He used to call all the time. Now he doesn't call. Sometimes you have scared him away. Other times, we feel that women ask us too soon. So what is this? And you're like, damn, I'm just trying to figure it out. We are on our second date. I don't know what this is. Let's take the opportunity to get to know one another, and then I can have a better informed decision. I know with me, I'm very much someone that likes for things to grow organically, right? It starts out with a friendship, and then, we see where the friendship goes. Because what I've done in the past, you see somebody, they look exactly like what you want. They're gorgeous, they're intelligent, they're funny, they happen to be single when you're single. So you're like, yeah, all right, God, sent this person to me, right? This is who I'm supposed to be with, okay? I'm going to be intentional. I know what I want, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? And it backfires because you haven't taken the time to really get to know the person. Because the first 6 months, let's be real, you are... you're meeting the representative, okay? you're meeting the representative, and you meet the real person after 6 months. Time reveals all things. Time either confirms what you think about someone, or time absolutely denies it. And so that's why, it's just very important to get to know somebody organically. And when you meet a guy, don't rush into, what is this? Just chill out, relax. But you do need to have that conversation. And there's nothing wrong in that first conversation saying, hey, do you see yourself getting married in the future? Do you see yourself having kids? Are you in a position right now where, with work and kids and all that, where you have time for a relationship? There's nothing wrong with those questions. It's the more pointed questions about where are we right now? Like, what you gonna do? Some women, it's funny, some women let it be known like, look, you better hurry up and make a decision because I got other brothers trying to holler. A lot of brothers are like me. Let me say this. I don't compete, right? So if it's between me and somebody else, then that's who you need to be with, right? I'm not competing. I'm not saying don't date other people, but don't put it up in our